Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Friday. Happy game day eve. We are just 24 hours or about 31 hours away from kickoff now. Very, very excited. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday here. Taking your calls, 843-790-3377. Hope you're having a great day. Like I said, it is Friday, TGIF, end of the week. And like I said, it's game day eve, which is the most probably important part. So very, very excited to be chatting with you. Questions, comments, whatever. Obviously, my prediction is out there. In case you missed it, I will be posting a graphic later. See, I've got my Gamecocks mug. In case you guys missed it, the podcast came out this morning. My official prediction is out. I've got Tennessee beating South Carolina 24-20. So if you guys want to discuss, I would love to talk about it. Get your prediction as well. But would love to hear what you guys think. Solo Bowen, what you been up to? I've been grinding, man. I'm actually making a graphic right now for social media for key matchups for the game. So that's what I've kind of been doing. But obviously, man, just creating content, man. I mean, on the grind as always. On the grind as always. So it never stops, and we love it. So, but hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got a freaking frog in my throat right now. I don't know what's going on. Just trying to get these graphics right. Anyways, would love to hear you guys' comments, thoughts, everything else. Yeah, whatever it is. Like I said, I've got South Carolina losing 24-20. Would love to go into detail on the pick. I did on the podcast. If you have not listened, though, be sure to check it out. I'd love to go in detail on the pick. I will say this. Like I said, I got my freaking throat, man. I don't know what's going on. I think it's a coin flip type of game. I would not be surprised to see South Carolina win it by the flip score. But again, you guys want to go into detail with it, we can. Game day eve, happy game day eve. Britton_Bellamy, bigger wide receiver bust, Josh Van or Shamir Jeffrey. I'm going to go Van. I don't think Shamir was that highly regarded, was he? I mean, obviously his brother was Alshon, but I didn't really think of Shamir as like a highly regarded guy. So Elizabeth Ballard, we got the fan pack celebrating my son's 10th birthday with a Gamecock party. Go Cox. Tell your son I said happy birthday, and I hope that South Carolina gets him a win for his birthday for sure. Jacob, our boy Jake Bentley gets to light it up in the Pac-12 this year. Yeah, they're getting a season. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see for sure. Wristband Express got some big things coming. We won't even let them know yet. Got some big things coming for sure. Trip Roche. I've heard word they might not do 2001. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me just because all the precautions, social distancing, whatever. So, I mean, think about it. They don't want them. They're not going to want them to gather up in the tunnel, right? They're not going to want them to gather up in the tunnel. So it doesn't shock me. You know what I mean? Savannah Webster, player of the game, offense and defense. I think offense, I'll go Kevin Harris. I think he will have a good day. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the deal is. Offense, I'll go Kevin Harris. Defense, JC Horn. I think JC gets a pick. Also, I want to show you guys this, by the way. We have to wear masks. Well, I just got a special delivery in, and I don't know if any of you would be interested in this, and if you're not, I totally understand. But I figured if I'm going to have to wear a mask at my watch parties, at games, around tailgates, I might as well make it look cool. So take a look at what I got in the mail today. Look at this thing. Look at this. Oh, let's go. Yes. Let's go. We are in business. We are ready to take on coronavirus. We are officially ready to take on the coronavirus. Love it. I love it. I love it. So if you want one, I mean, again, I don't know if you guys would really want to wear the logo on your face, but if you want one, these are on the store, and it's actually really comfortable. It's really comfortable. And like I said, I just got so tired of wearing a hospital mask that I was like, why not? So you see, it's got like everything. It's pretty dope. Pretty dope, honestly. Yeah. I feel like I look funny though, just wearing it for nothing. Yeah. Anyways, pretty cool. I like it. All right, we already got a call here. Let's go ahead.
Mark Harrell.
Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Chris? One of my friends, he told me that Cade Mays was going to be out. How do you think that will affect the game?
Well, I still think it's going to come down to line of scrimmage. Their offensive line is still really good. I mean, obviously that's a blow for them anytime you lose. I mean, he's a 5-star prospect, but I don't think it affects it a ton, just in the sense that I still think their offensive line against our defensive line is going to be where the game is won. I mean, yeah, sure, it does help us a little bit, I guess, but, they've still got basically, 3 5-star guys and a fifth-year senior, and I'm sure the other guy they have filling in is a really good player. So, I don't think in the grand scheme of things losing that. I mean, it sucks for them, I'm sure, but I think I don't think it affects it a ton. Basically, long story short. So I still think that's the battle to watch. Is in South Carolina, can we? First game without Javon Kinlaw, and I mean I'm high on Zach Pickens, and you get Keir Thomas back, but it's just who steps up? Is it going to be Pickens this first game? You know what I mean? That's going to be the battle to watch. South Carolina's going to be able to slow down the running game. So.
And also, I feel like Enigbare. I feel like if he has a good game, I feel like I have a good feeling. I think we're gonna win.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, and Enigbare too. I forgot to mention him. Aaron Sterling, Brad Johnson. I mean, I think all Carolina fans, and for good reason, you should feel good about the front seven. You know what I mean? You should feel really good about the front seven. I mean, it's going to be a fun battle to watch, man, because I think you're going to see a lot of guys up on the front for both Tennessee and South Carolina, guys that are probably going to be playing on Sundays. So that it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be one of those old school, knockout, drag out fights of an SEC game. I think we're all kind of expecting it to be a defensive game, but yeah, I mean, that's where it's going to be won, man. I think when we look back at the game, Saturday at midnight or Sunday or whatever, the team that won the line of scrimmage is going to be the team that won the game. It might sound obvious, but in a game like this where it's so evenly matched, it really, people are getting on me for my keys to the game, and they said, well, this is the keys to the game with every game. It was in a game like this where it's so even, it really does just come down to who executes the fundamentals better and who makes fewer mistakes. It's really just that simple in a game like this, I think. So.
Yeah, I agree. Last thing, I'm just going to say this. Thank God Jawan Jennings is done.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to face him again. I like our DBs, but, man, he shredded us. I don't know what it was. He shredded everybody, though. So.
Yeah. He's just a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast. Yeah, man, appreciate it. Go Cox. I'm gonna take this off, by the way. Getting kind of hot on the neck. Okay, who is out? Oh, Cade Mays. He's not going to be eligible. Cade Mays is not eligible apparently. So, Trip Roche, how many passing yards are you hoping for Hill? If he goes over 250, I'd be ecstatic. He goes over 250, I'd be absolutely ecstatic. Talk how many yards do we have on the ground together as an offense? It better be over 100. It better be over 150, really. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm. It's hard to predict specifically stats. You know what I mean? It's hard to predict specific stats. I think we're going to try to run the football. There's no question there. We are going to try to commit to the run. Trip Roche kickoff return. Yeah, it's going to be Shi Smith and Dak Joyner, the off guy. So I'd be interested to see Dak get the ball in his hands for sure. Let's see. We got another call here. Taking another call. Phone lines are jumping today. Yo, what's up, man? You're on the air. What's going on?
How you doing, man?
What's up?
So last year, I'm pretty sure Eric Gray. Are we worried about him? Because he had a great end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're worried about the running game, period. I mean, Ty Chandler and Eric Gray. Yeah. You got to stop both of them. So, I mean, I expect Tennessee, man, it's, again, a lot like South Carolina because, I know Garantano had a good game against us last year, but, I mean, he's not the quarterback you're going to go out there and ask to throw it 40 times and try to win. So, they're going to run the ball. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure last year he got benched a couple games.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Be wrong.
He got benched against South Carolina. Or I don't actually, maybe he didn't start that game, but Trout played as well. He played well too. So,
yeah. Do you think there's a situation where if he doesn't play well, do we get another quarterback in there? Do you think we have to worry about that at all?
Yeah. And I think if he doesn't play well, I mean, they had a quarterback battle. So, I think they have other options. Yeah. Game one, who knows? But, yeah, if he's playing bad enough, I think certainly they're going to make a switch. Yeah, no question.
How do you feel about this? The defenses haven't played yet. Do you think it could be more of a 30 to 30, high 30s game? I feel like that could happen.
Well, yeah, I think you saw, we saw early, like, especially I think of BYU Navy where, like, people weren't tackling. I just feel like in the SEC, like, I understand COVID. Like, they're hitting. Like, there's no question to me they're hitting. They're not. I can't see any SEC program coming in the first game where, like, oh, we haven't been tackling. Like, what are you talking about? Like, This isn't Navy. This is SEC football. Like, you better be tackling in practice. So, like, I'm just going to tell you, man, if we give up 35 to Tennessee, if I hear Will Muschamp say, oh, we haven't been tackling, I'm going to have some major problems. So
he should be fired immediately.
I'm just going to have some problems. So, I think they've all probably been hitting. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a high-scoring game. Honestly, I took the over because I think Vegas is just begging you to take the under in this scenario, but I don't think it hits over by much. But, Tennessee's not exactly a juggernaut offensively, and obviously we got our own problems and got to figure it out, So, I'd be surprised if it was any sort of shootout. I think if either team hit 30, I'd be pretty sure. I like to believe in our defense more than they're going to give up 30. I really do. I think our defense will play better than that.
All right, man. That's all I got for you.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Go Cox. Yeah, call lines popping here on a Friday. I like you cut, G. Yes, sir. Brayson Haney, over-under for defense, 2 sacks, 23 points allowed. I'll go that's tough, dude. Well, my score prediction is 24-20, so I'm going over 23 points, and I'll go over 2 sacks, though. I think they will get to Garantano. Tristan Dixon, hashtag hire Joe Brady 2021. SEC football, too. Any chance Dak might get running back, too? I don't think so. They've got him out at wide receiver. You've got 3 bodies that Muschamp talked about in oh, my God. And Kevin Harris, Aquandre White, and Deshaun Fenwick. So, maybe in like some trick formation. Not seriously playing, no. Caden McKay, who's the starting running back? Kevin Harris, announced last night. Kevin Harris. Talk Palmetto, if it comes down to kicking a long field goal to win, do you have confidence in Parker? Yes, I do. Have 110% confidence in Parker White. SEC football, too. One more day. Yes, sir. I cannot freaking wait for tomorrow, dude. It's going to be like Christmas, honestly. SEC football, too. All right, SEC football, too. What was your prediction? Because I saw the video and I got a little bit through it and I had to cut it off and I was going to finish it later. But I'll go ahead and ask you, what's your prediction? Like I said, guys, in case you missed it, podcast dropped this morning. I'm going to drop the graphic later today. But I've got Tennessee getting 24-20 win. I'll go into some detail right now on it. I think, and again, I explained this all on the podcast, but just to tell you guys here, I think this is truly a coin flip game. Like I said, it would not surprise me at all to see South Carolina win this football game. But in the preseason, before the season started, I had Tennessee 23-17 getting the win. This was one of my predicted losses, okay? Nothing that has happened in the preseason. Listen, we've seen some big things. Garantano named their starting quarterback. Colin Hill named QB1. Kevin Harris named starting running back. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. You lose Marshawn Lloyd. There's nothing that has happened in the preseason for me that's going to change my pick. I think asking this offense to go out there and win a football game right now, they're going to struggle. I don't see any scenario where the offense does not struggle. And it's not, that's not an indictment saying this is a bad team necessarily, but the first game with a new quarterback and a new system, you're asking a lot. I think you're asking a lot from that offense to be clicking on all cylinders week 1. So I think Tennessee has a few less question marks than South Carolina, and that's why I think they get in 4 again. I would not be shocked to see it go both ways. Dude, I'm going to block this guy's number. I'm going to block this guy's number for sure. Yup. Somebody texted, what do you think of our badass new hen statue? I know Gamecock fans are up in arms, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me for some. Like I know it should have spurs on it, but the statue's badass. Like it is badass. Why? I'd love for USC to come out and put out a statement why it doesn't have Spurs on it. Is it a safety hazard? Is it because they didn't want to promote cockfighting? Like, is there a real reason? Please tell me there's a real reason besides, oh, we just forgot. That's all I want to say. So I'd like USC to put out a statement. Let's see. Donnie Walkoff, do you think the Tennessee COVID situation is legit affecting the line, or people just legit think we're that even? I think we're just that even. Yeah, I think full go both teams. I think they're both that even. Yeah. H-Man 998. If we can ground and pound, it'll be a good day for the offense. Got to establish play action for Colin. Yeah. No, I totally agree. You have to run the football in this game. Trip Rose, chances we get 3+ sacks, I think are fairly decent. Yeah. I think you're definitely going to get 2. I think 3 is very realistic. SEC football, too. I'm expecting Tennessee to win. However, first game of the season, I don't expect them to come out 100%. I got SC, the home team, winning 24-21. I think we'll get revenge. Oh, my goodness. I think that's a very fair prediction. I really do. I think that's a very, very fair pick. Brayson Haney, over-unders for offense. Shi Smith, 75 yards receiving. Hill for 200 passing, 150 rushing for the team. Over 150. That's tough to say. All right, I'll go over 150 rushing, under 200 passing. Shi Smith, under 75 receiving. Wristband Express, keep grinding. I'll talk to you soon. I'm an Auburn fan myself. Hey, Auburn's got a big game tomorrow. That Kentucky game, do not sleep on Auburn, Kentucky. That is a big football game. I'm honestly, outside of South Carolina, Tennessee, that is the game I'm most fired up to watch tomorrow. I think that's going to be a fantastic game. And I know fans hate hearing about Kentucky. I know. Trust me, I hate it too. But Kentucky's legit. So I think that's going to be a really, really good game. Jacob Stafford, worried about the Harris-Fenwick combo. No, I'm not. I think they'll be good. I think they'll be serviceable. Listen, it's not going to be Marshawn Lloyd. Nobody in that backfield is Marshawn Lloyd, but I think we'll be fine. I do think we'll be fine. SEC football, too. Not to mention, Muschamp will pretty much be coaching for his life this season. He realizes he must win. If there's any year he's going to push the D, it's this year. This one he has to have, especially knowing his record against Tennessee. Coach balls to the wall, man. You got, like you said, you got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. So, let's see. I'm working on this key matchups graphic right now. So, Chandler, my score prediction. Go listen to the podcast, man. You can hear it on there. Now, my score prediction is 24-20 Tennessee. I've got Tennessee right now winning this ball game again. I'm excited as hell for the game. I mean, I'm low-key optimistic, but I'm also trying to be realistic and understand that we have tons of if South Carolina wins this game again, maybe this is obvious, whatever. If South Carolina wins this game, it's going to be because the defense made some big plays. Like I'm talking about game-changing, momentum-changing type of plays. And that's why one of my key matchups is Muschamp against Pruitt, because I'm really excited to watch two defensive masterminds. It's going to be like a chess game out there with them. Like, who's going to be able to dial up the pressures, dial up the right defense, the right look to put their guys in position to make the game-changing play, to make the momentum-shifting type of play. Because, again, I really just genuinely think that's what it's going to come down to. Which defense makes more plays? So. Bum, 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 bum. Whoops. face out of it. Boom. Boom. The graphics done. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I missed some questions. Let's go. H-Man 998, I just hope we can control the clock better this year. Up-tempo is great and all when your defense starts getting worn out. Up-tempo and not scoring equals blowouts. I agree 110%. I think that's why you're seeing the change in philosophy as far as offense for sure. Yeah, no, I definitely think you're going to see a South Carolina team that goes goes more to time control, winning. You're going to see for the first time in a while, we're actually going to win time possession. So, oh, shit. Hold on. Tristan Dixon, this is the worst our receiving depth chart has looked in a very long time. I agree 100%. It is brutal. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. It's brutal. Solo Bowen, a promo code for Wristband Express. Please stay tuned, my friend, because we have big things coming. Please stay tuned for that. Graham Holden, I've seen a lot of UT fans score predictions. They think they're going to kill us. They're very confident for some reason. They are very, very, very confident. They are extremely confident. LG2D3, who is your surprise player to look out for on offense and defense? Offense, I think Leggett. Again, I'm not sure if he's like a surprise or a, whatever, but maybe he's not being talked about quite. I would say Rico Powers too. That would be a surprise. Defensively, don't sleep on the impact that Brad Johnson and Aaron Sterling could have on this football game. Jacob Stafford, are you surprised to see Dak as a starter? And do you think if the other two hadn't opted out, he would still be there? Yes, I do. I don't think Trey Smith or Chavis Dawkins, I don't think they would have gotten that job. So SEC football too, we have to win the turnover battle. That'll be a huge factor, especially since this will most likely be a defensive game. Yeah, 110%, bro. I don't think South Carolina. And it's funny because, like I said, I keep prefacing this as I know it's obvious because I put out my keys to the game and I had people saying, "Oh, well, no shit, bro. It's the keys to the game for every game." Okay, I understand they're simple, but in a game like this where it's so evenly matched, especially opening weekend, it's so evenly matched of two teams that are so even. It may not be the flashiest thing in the world, but this game is going to come down to the fundamentals, period, point blank. It's going to come down to the fundamentals. So, like it or not, that's what it's going to come down to. Brayson Haney, what's the percent chance of seeing the return of Professor Muschamp? I think 110%. Trip Smith is overtime bar the move tomorrow, 110%. So if you're not familiar, overtime bar and grill, they'll be open all day. I'm going to get there around 5:30. So I'd say doors at 5 or 5:30. I'm going to do a pregame show, which I'm going to put as pending on YouTube, Facebook, everything else on here right after this. We are going to do a live pregame show and postgame show. 6 o'clock, I'll go live on here for about 30 minutes, take you guys questions, comments, give my last-minute thoughts on the game, whatever it may be. So about 6 to 6:30, I'll go live. 7:30, the game kicks off. But yes, Overtime Bar and Grill. They have fantastic specials. I'm pumped to devour some wings tomorrow night. And then, like I said, post-game, it could get a little dangerous, but I'm going to go live, take you guys questions, comments, give my immediate thoughts after the game. Should be interesting stuff for sure. Should be interesting stuff. Should be interesting stuff. Michael Cavalier, if SC starts hot early, they can't go cold in the second half. We need the offense consistent in all four quarters and don't trade touchdowns for field goals. 110%. Got to be efficient. Got to be consistent. That's a big thing. You got to be efficient. And you got to be consistent. It's like Spurrier used to say, touchdowns field goals don't win games. You got to score touchdowns. Got to score touchdowns to win. Got to. All right, taking a call here. Like, really, guys? Really? Really? Come on. I'm going to start blocking. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start blocking numbers that just call in and just act dumb. So just know that. If you call and you say something stupid, I'm going to block you. Graham Holden, I hope we're all celebrating together tomorrow night. 110%, bro. I hope so. H-Man 998. If Xavier and Shai can create a kind of 1-2 punch, it could make things easier for some of our other guys. expect Nick Muse to be a key player this year. Yeah. You're going to need to be using Muse a lot. I give Gamecock fans shit for talking about the tight ends so much because I'm like, I don't know why our fans are so obsessed with the tight ends. But yes, you need to use the tight ends for sure. Tyler Knoll, one of my key matchups, Shi Smith versus Bryce Thompson. Shi's got to win that battle of success in the passing game. Tyler, you're a very smart man because that's one of my key matchups as well. I agree. Here's the thing. You're going to run the football. We all know you got to establish the run. But you have to stretch the field. You have to stretch the field. All right, let's see if this is actually a legit call or not. Okay, good. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start listening that way. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, man, I just wanted to – I think one thing that's kind of being overlooked in this game is the South Carolina offensive line versus the Tennessee defensive line. I think Tennessee's defensive line is actually kind of a weakness for them, so just wanted to hear your thoughts on that one. Yeah,
for sure. And first thing I'll say is I like our offensive line a lot. You got to replace Donnell Stanley. So anytime you're replacing the center, that's a big deal. But I talked to Phil Steele this offseason, and listen, I know we all kind of take what Will Muschamp says with a grain of salt because we all heard last year this is the deepest we've ever been, the best we've ever been. But he told Phil Steele this is the best O-line they've had in his tenure, and I will say I think there's actually merit to that. I like the offensive line. And then Tennessee's D-line, they're a veteran group for sure. They have a ton of seniors, but I definitely think it's a matchup that South Carolina could win. You saw this offensive line last year push around Georgia. They pushed around out, at least held their own against Alabama. It seemed like when this offensive line wanted to play well, it played really well. So, and they're going to need to, obviously. But, yeah, I like the matchup. I think at worst it's a push, and I think definitely if I had to lean one way or the other, I'd give the advantage to Carolina. I like what they have. And, again, you lose Stanley, but I do like Eric Douglas at the center position. I think they really do go 8 or 9 deep on the O-line. So, yeah, it's the best O-line we've had in a while. There's no question. Like I said, you're going to need to play well because you got to be able to run the football, and Colin Hill is not exactly fleet of foot, and we all know his injury history, so you better keep him upright. So, yeah, that's where the game's going to be won, man. There's no question.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Go Cox. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I like the O-line this year. I really do. I'm high on and I graded the O-line. They're the best unit on the offense, in my opinion. That's why I think South Carolina and Tennessee are so similar because both these teams, you could look at them and say, yeah, they're best units offensive line. They're going to lean on their offensive lines. SEC football too. If we win, my Tennessee trash can is coming out in the post-game video tomorrow. Love that. Tanner Poor, someone said Colin Hill is like Jacob Eason. That's a very interesting comparison. I hadn't really thought of that. Maybe. I don't know. That's an interesting comparison for sure. Dang. Let's see. Okay, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. In case you guys missed at the beginning, check out the new face mask. Woo! This thing is fire. I'll be rocking the logo on the face at overtime anywhere I go around the tailgates. Boom. COVID will not get me. I just figured, hey, if I got to wear a mask, I might as well put my logo on it. So, again, taking your questions, comments, calls. What do you guys think about the statue? You want to talk about the statue? I know everybody's got their comments on the statue. SEC football too. Our O-line is good, hoping they protect Hill. Yeah, I like our O-line. I really do. I like our O-line. I got nothing bad to say about the O-line. Obviously, you got to go out there and do it and play because the biggest problem with the offensive line last year was consistency. The biggest problem was consistency. It didn't make sense how you can shove around Georgia and you can hold your own against those upper elite, upper echelon teams, hold your own against Alabama, and then you play App State and you get pushed around. It just doesn't make sense. You play UNC, you get pushed around. So can this offensive line do it week after week, game after game? You have to have them because, again, I know you all are thinking the same thing I am. God forbid, Colin Hill, how many more hits can he take to the lower half? How many more hits can his knees take? You know what I mean? And if you just called in, I apologize for missing it. I don't know how I missed it. Who was it? Yeah, if you just called in, I apologize. If you want to call back in, go ahead. I somehow missed it. Yeah, everybody's complaining about the Spurs on the statue. I wish USC would say something about it. I have no idea why there aren't Spurs. It doesn't – I mean, honestly, what's crazy is it doesn't really bother me. Like, I still think the statue looks awesome. I think the statue looks awesome, but yeah. Tanner Poor, how many points do you think we will score? I think anywhere from 17 to 23. I think that's what we're going to score. 17 to 23. I think all are possible there. H-Man998, do you think it's crucial for us to change coaches if we have a horrible year? My biggest concern is falling behind Tennessee and Kentucky if we continue to stagnate. I mean, well, you already picked a finish behind them in the polls that the media put out. Obviously that's a concern. But I think if we go 4-6, 3-7, Muschamp's 100% back. If we go 2-8, he's probably still back. But if we go 1-9 or worse, I've seen people on Instagram and the different social media comments saying, "Oh, well, even if we go 0-10, he's back." If we go 0-10, he's not back. I'm just going to tell you right now, he is not back if we go 0-10. Again, I'm not answering if you have no caller ID either. I'm going to tell you right now, if you got no caller ID, I'm not picking up the call. So do not call in on a no caller ID number. Let's see here. Let's see. SEC football too. Good news, if Hill gets hurt, we have Helinski next in line who has experience against SEC defenses. Yeah, I mean, hey, we could be in a lot worse position. I mean, really, we could. If Hill, for some reason, is not playing well or he's battling an injury, you got a guy who's played before. It ain't like we're throwing, Luke Doty. And listen, I like Luke Doty. I think he's a hell of an athlete, but don't want to throw a true freshman out there. It's not like we're a true freshman. He's never played in the game. So, there we go. Tanner Poor, did you hear about their taking every team as eligible for bowl games? Yeah, that's very interesting. And you know what? I think in this year it's kind of cool. It's a nice reward for teams that screw. The more football, the merrier, honestly. I will never complain, and neither should you complain about too many bowl games ever again. I mean, after sitting in my place for 3 months with absolutely no sports to watch, I will watch any bowl game, any two teams. Let's get after it. So, again, taking your questions, comments, 843-790-3377, or you can just leave your comments here. You can text in, do whatever you like. What are your score predictions for the game tomorrow? I have 24-20, Tennessee getting the win. 24-20, Tennessee getting the win. Again, if you missed it, I talked about it a little bit earlier. I just think when you look at the two teams right now, I think Tennessee does have less question marks than South Carolina. Just a little bit. And again, I think it's a coin flip game. I mean, I really, truly see this being a 17-17, 17-14 type of game going to the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be extremely close. I think this is going to be one of those classic South Carolina Tennessee games. I really do. All right, Tyler Williams, Kevin Harris starting over Fenwick. Thoughts? I like it. I like Harris. Physical guy, big physical back. I mean, they're all going to play, dude. They're all going to play. I mean, did you not hear Will Muschamp last night literally said, we're going to play, he mentioned Harris, White, and Fenwick. Or no, excuse me. What am I saying? Yeah, Harris, White, Fenwick. Harris, Zaquandre White, and Deshaun Fenwick. He mentioned those three guys, said all three will play in the first half, and whoever has the hot hand and isn't turning the football over, that's who's going to play the second half. So they're all going to play. It's going to be a true running back by committee approach. So, Raphael Davenport, what's up, man? Dakota Lee Centerfield, Dakota Lee Centerfield. Do you think Muse can produce or be playmaker like Hurst the senior? I think asking to be Hayden Hurst might be a little much, but I certainly think he can be a playmaker for this offense. Jerry Withrow, is Jordan Birch going to blow up? I don't know if week 1, but I'm expecting him to be a big-time player for sure. Graham Holden, what type of impact do you think White could have on the offense? Haven't heard much about him this offseason. I thought he was a high-rated running back. I've heard good things about him as far as the one scrimmage he really played in. I mean, we honestly don't know, man, until we see him on the field. It's tough to say until we see him on the field. SEC football, too, I'm going to enjoy listening to Todd Ellis before, during, and after the game. Always a joy. Yeah, you got to love Todd's passion. I know Todd gets a lot of shit from people, and I mean, is he a perfect play-by-play guy? No. But I love his passion. He's a Gamecock through and through, and it's that you have to appreciate. H-Man 9-8, 28-17, Tennessee. Defense holds as long as they can, but offense can't score enough. And that sounds a lot like last year. I want to believe this defense. I want to believe this defense is going to hold its own and give Tennessee hell for 4 quarters. But like I said, I think asking the offense in game 1 of Mike Bobo, game 1 of Colin Hill, no proven running back, no proven wide receivers really outside of Shi Smith. It's just tough for me to say, oh, man, this offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders week 1. I hope that's the case. God, I hope that's the case. But to expect it, to predict it, I think is a little bold right now, honestly. Jerry Withrow, what's going to be the most important thing this week? If I had to say this is the most important thing, toughness and physicality. This game's going to come down to toughness and physicality. Which team is more physical? Bottom line. Which team is more physical at the point of attack? That's the team that'll win the football game. Bottom line. Solo Bowen, I actually went to North Augusta, believe it or not. And my brother just graduated from there. He was literally a senior last year. My little brother's actually a freshman there. So, Tanner Poor, do you think we'll be run heavy? Yes, I do. I think we will. Well, 60-40. I think we'll be 60-40 run to pass. SEC football, too. I don't think our offense will click very much. I'm expecting our defense to be the hero. I think we'll get some turnovers that will help us hurt the Vols. And, yeah, that's the big thing. If we win this, it'll be the one that's turnover margin. We got some picks off of Garantano, some timely fumbles, just, opportunistic type of plays. 100%, that will be the reason we win the football game. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. I genuinely don't think God, I don't know what's going on. If you lose or tie the turnover margin, I don't think you win the game. I think you have to win the turnover margin. Let's see. Taking your questions, comments. What are your score predictions for tomorrow? Again, I've got Tennessee winning 24-20. If you want to hear more on it, listen to the podcast. Again, I've kind of given my thoughts, my feedback, whatever. But again, if you guys have any questions about my prediction, I'd love to hear your prediction, everything else. So, Graham Holden, since there are so many unknowns, I feel we all have that small hope that our offense comes out and is explosive from beginning to end. I mean, we're Gamecocks, man. We have that hope. You have to be an eternal optimist to be a Gamecock fan. I'm convinced. Do I have COVID? I don't even want to joke about that. I got a stuffed throat for some reason. Jerry Withrow, final score 34-21. Sound fair to you? Woo! 34-21, man. I really want to believe our defense plays better than that. Man, if our defense gives up 34 to this Tennessee offense, we've got some major issues, man. Dude, Matt, what do you think about Clemson right now? Unfortunately, they're one of the best programs in the country. You can't deny that. And it's unfortunate to say, and I hate it, but you can't deny it. SEC football team, if anybody else in Columbia, some rain here right now. I can hear it hitting on the window. We just need to stay in it all 4 quarters. In the second half of last year's game against Tennessee, we couldn't do anything. We got shredded, and special teams sucked. We have to stay in it. Yeah, I mean, I expect it to be a fourth quarter game. I expect it to be a fourth quarter game for sure. And you have Alex Mitchum, 24-14 South Carolina. I could definitely see it. Dakota Lee center fight, 27-24 Carolina. Horn gets his first pick to win the game. I think JC does get a pick tomorrow. I really do. Solo Bowen, prediction for Louisville and Pittsburgh. Give me the Cardinals. Philip Carter Harris, 24-21. Carolina wins in the last second kick. Would love it, and I could see it. Tanner Poor, I think Leggett, number 17, will be good this year. I think he will as well. Honestly, I think he's going to have a breakout year for Carolina. He needs to, too. We need weapons to emerge. H-Man 9-8 drove by Williams-Brice and couldn't help but get hyped up. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, I was out there yesterday, obviously taking pictures of the statue. It's, I'm fired up too. I don't know what is going on. Is it coffee? My throat is just like, I don't know. I need to finish off this coffee though. Solo Bowen, wish my Falcons good luck this weekend. Man, I don't know about luck. I think they need a new head coach. Let's see. Savannah Webster, who's your SEC picks tomorrow? So I put out my gambling picks. But if you do want to hear my actual picks, I'll go down the list. Let's see. So my gambling picks. So obviously I have Florida. I've got Florida beating Ole Miss. I've got Kentucky in the upset beating Auburn. I've got LSU beating Mississippi State. I've got Georgia over Arkansas. I've got Bama over Missouri, and I've got A&M over Vandy. So really the only game that's in question tomorrow is Kentucky-Auburn. And the rest of them should be blowouts, to be honest with you. So Alex Mitchum, could you see Harris having a very big season? What's your definition of very big? I don't think he runs for 1,000. I think he could run for 600 or 700, which I think would be a very good season. SEC football, too. If we don't show up in the second half like last year, then game over. I believe we want to have an early edge against the Vols, then we must start fast offensively and defensively. Yeah, I'll ask you guys, if we win the toss, would you rather defer or receive? Would you rather defer or receive? I would rather defer. I would rather defer. Put your strength on the field. Put your strength on the field. Go get a stop. Go get a 3 and out. Okay? Go get a 3 and out. Get the momentum, get the crowd into it, get the positive momentum. I'd rather defer. 110%. 110%. Like I said, put your strength on the field. Wristband Express, don't bet against Bo Nix. Hey, I think it'll be a great game. It's either going to go one. Here's the thing. I think it'll either go one of two ways. Either Kentucky will win outright or Auburn will blow them out because Kentucky's getting all this hype. Will it be justified? Will it be justified? So, and it looks like you all agree with me as well. Defer. Yeah. Like I said, put your strength on the field. Now we got the water cup. You see, I know probably a lot of you have this cup as well. Some Gamecock grades on there. Yeah, put your strength on the field, 110%. Dude, Matt, are you doing the Twitch NCAA games this season? I may try to stream it later today. I will let you guys know. I tried to do the simulation Wednesday, and the damn thing froze up twice on me, and it pissed me off. But I may try it again because I really want to do them because they are fun. They are fun. Honestly, they are fun. NCAA football playoffs. Followed you on Twitter. Cool. Thanks for the follow, guys. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. Alex Mitchum, with this being a free year eligibility, can we get Shaw back? Unfortunately, it does not work that way. Unfortunately, it does not work that way. USD Insider, first play of the game, defense, it's a pick. Oh, God. Going in a frenzy. Let's see. Solo Bowen, what is your game day fit? Great question, my friend. I haven't decided 100%. It's going to be some form of black. I'll probably wear the black ripped jeans. Probably go with the black Air Forces, black Jordans. I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't decided on the shirt, the hat. I will have I love it. It's not even code. This thing's just dope. I love it. I'll probably be wearing this in some capacity here. Yes, sir. Probably Spurs Up Show hat, obviously, but I don't know. I might black it out tomorrow. I don't know yet. I got to figure out my fit. I was thinking about wearing the media tee. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm juggling options. Graham Holden, Tennessee receives the open kickoff and tries to return and ends up fumbling, and we recover. I'm speaking it into existence. From your lips to God's ears, my friend. Stanley Sutton, if Muschamp gets fired, what do you think of hiring Deuce Staley? Well, I think there's something where he cannot get the job because he doesn't have a degree, which if that's the case, that is like the most absurd I've ever heard. Here, somebody just texted in. Can't wait to get the season going tomorrow, but just don't have confidence in Muschamp. Cox can win, but won't. Bowls 24-17. It's a fair prediction. Very fair. I could see it. USC Insider, you like Todd Ellis' voice for the Gamecocks? He gets me pumped. Yeah, I mean, I like him. I mean, again, I don't, do people really listen to radio anymore? I mean, I don't, but I mean, I like him. I don't have any problem with Todd Ellis. Don't have any problem. Jacob White, who leads the team in sacks game 1? I'm going to go Aaron Sterling. Dominic Anderson, Tennessee 24, South Carolina 17 on a score prediction. Like I said, I could see it. Honestly, I could see it. I mean, it's going to be that type of score. No matter who wins, I think it's going to be a 23-20, 24-20, 24-17. Like, it's going to be that kind of score. This is going to be a close game. It's going to come down, again, it sounds so cliche, but then again, in a game like this, it's going to come down to 2 or 3 plays that make the difference. Really, there's going to be 3 or 4 different plays that we're going to be like, those were the difference in the game. 110%. Dominic Anderson is a Tiger fan. I think your show is cool. Hey, respect it. Appreciate it. Honestly, respect it. Means a lot. Respect it. So I just give my honest opinion, man. I just call it like I see it. Obviously, I have high hopes for tomorrow. I hope we win 50-0. I mean, genuinely, please don't get it twisted. I hope we win 50-0, 100-0. I told people, I think I said this yesterday, but I've been telling people all week, I'm going to make 2 types of content. I'm going to make 1 or 2 types of content next week. And SEC football, too, can hear me out on this. We're going to make 1 or 2 types of content. I'm either going to be, oh, my God, here we go again type of mood, or I'm going to dance on Tennessee's grave next week. And that's what I want to do. I want to dance on Tennessee's grave because you know what? I don't really hate Tennessee as a lot of people because I don't deal with their fans. I don't really pay attention to their fans, but I know their fans suck. So I'd love to dance on their graves. I'd love it because they think they're so much better than us. And it's hilarious. It's hilarious how much better Tennessee thinks they are than Carolina. It's like the gap's not, dude. Tennessee beat South Carolina last year for the first time in 3 years, 4 years? I mean, come on, give me a break. Solo Bowen, I think Tennessee drives the field, misses a field goal in the first drive. Would like to see it. Nectarios Capillos makes less mistakes will win. That being said, I hope Tennessee looks rusty out there. Agree. I do agree with you 100%. Alex Mitchum, to get behind this coaching staff 100%, what do you want to see tomorrow win? I don't give a damn how it is. If it's sloppy, you got to win. You got to win this game. You got to win this game. Because to me, again, I said 5-5 should be the minimum expectation. That's what I think you should get to. I don't see how you can get to 5 wins if you don't win this one. I really don't. Dominic Anderson, wouldn't be surprised if SC wins, but I just don't see it. Tennessee has more talent. I don't think the SC offense is proven up. That's fair. I think the talent gap, though, is it's not wide. I mean, I think it's very, very close. Well, dude, I said your name. I didn't want to mispronounce it, but I tried. So, Graham Holden, I hate Tennessee more than Clemson, as crazy as that sounds. No, I cannot relate to that at all. No. Tanner Poor, I don't like Florida, but I hate Tennessee. See, here's the thing. For me, it's Clemson, Georgia, and it's a wide gap. Well, not wide, but it's a margin. It's a sizable gap between the second and the third of teams I hate the most. Yeah. Solo Bowen, imagine Jeremy Pruitt was our coach. No, I'm not sold on Jeremy Pruitt. Like, I mean, he's not bad, but I'm not going to sit here and put him in the upper echelons with Kirby and Dan Mullen. Like, Savannah, Webster, Florida is third for sure for me. Yeah, I could definitely see Florida. I think Florida and Tennessee are like tied. And yeah, like USC Insider just said, for me, I hate all of them. I hate everybody we play. Like, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I've kind of gotten to the point where I hate Texas A&M. I really do. From their stupid, weird traditions and the fact we've lost to them 6 years in a row. I hate Texas A&M, bro. I can't stand them. Cannot stand them. About 10 minutes. This show has flown by the way. That's how you know it's been a really good show. This show has flown by. Taking your questions, comments, 843-790-3377. If you do want to call in, be my guest or leave your comments here. Let's see. Savannah, Webster. I live in Florida, so I deal with them all the time. Yeah, I imagine that has to be brutal. USC Insider. Only team I like is Georgia Tech in the ACC. I think everybody has like a closet team they pull for. I think everybody has one of those teams. I think for me, I don't really know that I have a closet team I pull. Like, I'd like to see Texas be good again, honestly. I'd like to see Texas be good. It's funny. When I was a kid and I'd play on NCAA football, if I didn't play with South Carolina, the teams I always played with were Texas and Michigan. Those were always the two. I think just because they had so much tradition. Like, those were brand names, you know? Or Miami. Solo Bowen. Whoa, you're putting Kirby Smart in the elite. Got to say he's just Mark Richt part 2. I mean, I know they haven't won the big one, bro, but they've been to a national championship. They're recruiting at a top 3 clip every year. I know it's fun to compare and contrast the two, but I don't think Kirby Smart's Mark Richt, man. I mean, Georgia's a top 3 or 4 program, man. If you're a top 3 or 4 program, you have an elite head coach. I mean, that's what I'll say. Philip Carter Harris, UNC for me. Yes, I do hate UNC. You are correct. I do hate UNC. H-Man 998, I hate Clemson 10 times more than Georgia. Well, here's the thing. I grew up in North Augusta, South Carolina, so right on the border of South Carolina and Georgia. So I had to deal with Georgia fans. And, dude, I used to say Georgia fans are the worst fans in the country. I mean, the most insufferable group of human beings until Clemson started winning. And now it's not even close. Clemson fans are the most insufferable human beings on God's green earth. But it used to be Georgia, and Georgia's pretty damn close. Matt Jewell, I like TikToks. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I like to have fun on TikTok. It's a good time. Dominic Anderson, I just hate that the SEC won't allow a rivalry to be played. Boils my blood, wanted to get to 7. I mean, I'd love to see it played just for the tradition aspect. Obviously, I didn't think it was going to turn out positively on the field. It is weird, though, to think that we're having a football season with no Carolina-Clemson game. That's still weird. Honestly, it's very weird. Let's see. Solo Bowen, did you go to Paul Knox or North Augusta Middle School? I went to Paul Knox. Represent PK. Represent PK. Represent. Like I said, by the way, if you're in Columbia and you're not going to the game, you want a spot to watch it, please come out to Overtime Bar and Grill. It's going to be a fantastic time. The specials are off the chain. It's going to be a blast. So if you are in town and you need a spot to watch the game, you know where to go. You know where to go. Let's see. Matt Jewell, who do you think will be our next head coach after Muschamp gets the boot? It's tough to predict who it will be. I just hope it's a young offensive-minded guy. That's really all I want. That's all I want in a coach. I want him to be an offensive guy. Solo Bowen, I can't wait for the post-game video from you, win or lose. Yeah, it'll be interesting. SEC football, too, there's bad apples in every fan base, even ours, to be honest. There are some people in our fan base that I want to give 5 reasons to shut up. Mostly the ones who shows up on my vids and says I'm not a real fan. Why would you not be a real fan? Yeah, I mean, yeah, every fan base has bad fans. But I mean, listen, I've had South Carolina fans that have literally tried to destroy my business, sending emails to sponsors. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, trust me, I get it. I mean, you would think of all people, I would have, feel disgruntled about the Gamecock fan base in some ways. People have no idea what has gone on behind closed doors with Gamecock fans. coming after my business and stuff. But you know what? It is what it is. You can't hold grudges. When you hold a grudge, you're only hurting yourself. So I got nothing but love for anybody that wears the garnet black and bleeds the garnet black. Got nothing but love for him. Philip Carter Harris, my best friend's a Tater fan. I have a bet with him that Clemson will not run the table this year. Hope I don't lose. Yeah, I hope you don't lose either, but you better hope Notre Dame gets them. That's all I'm going to say. You better hope Notre Dame gets them. Yep. Graham Holden, tomorrow night will be a long night, win or lose. I think it's going to be a nail-biter the entire time, man. Let's see. Robbie Jennings, what about our special teams? The difference in most ball games? Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing, again, just fundamentally, don't throw the game away on special teams. You're going to have new returners, Dammy and JC. I think they said JC will start out returning punts. You've got Shy and Dak back there returning kicks. Just don't fumble the football. You don't have to do anything crazy. I'm not saying you ain't got to be, hey, JC or Jamie with punts. You don't have to be Ace Sanders. Don't fumble it. Don't fumble the football. Just don't. Knock on wood. Don't fumble the football. That's all I'm asking for from special teams. Don't throw the game away on special teams. And on coverage. Obviously coverage. You got to cover. Don't let them beat you on special teams. Don't do it. SEC football, too, I might show the trash can even if we lose just to trigger Vol fans. Do it. Why not? Do it. I think that'd be funny. Solo Bowen, wait, they email. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not going to get into details, crazy details, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. So, Justin Bell, so how starstruck were you with Brad Loing? Honestly, man, I don't get starstruck, but when you're in the presence of a legend. You do. I mean, you have to think, man, this man was at South Carolina in 1989. I wasn't born. I was just like, wow. That Brad Loing has shit out more football than any of us will ever know. I mean, that man is a legend. That man is a living legend. So it was awesome, man. And Brad said he'd love to come back on again, and I'm certainly planning on having him on again, man. He was awesome. I mean, it's just, and he's overflowing with football knowledge. I mean, honestly. SEC football, too. Yeah, man, I got your back. Obviously, again, Gamecocks helping Gamecocks. That's what it's about, man. Creators helping creators, honestly. So, yeah, dude, I got you 110%. So, fighting the good fight. I hope this team gives us something to to crow about tomorrow. So, dude, I might ride by the stadium again today. I'm so fired up for kickoff, bro. Oh, I'm so fired up for kickoff. Got about 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes before we close up. Get your questions in now. Solo Bowen, how did he get all the way to Columbia? Doesn't he coach FSU D-line? No, he stopped coaching FSU after Fisher left in 2017. H-Man, 9-8, Parker White for Heisman. Hey, why not? All right, like I said, got about a minute and a half, guys, in closing. Again, I've got South Carolina falling to Tennessee 24-20. I think this is a coin flip game. Could certainly go either way. Again, it's going to come down to fundamentals. Who's going to win the line of scrimmage? Who doesn't turn the football over? Who makes the big play? That's what it's going to come down to. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. But if nothing else, thank God we have Gamecock football. Thank God we have Gamecock football to watch, guys. Tyler Noel, flipping field position is another key matchup tomorrow. I agree 100%. I like Kai Kroger. It'll be interesting to see him in action. Jason Cohn, what about the decision to start Harris at running back? I like the decision. I like Harris, big body guy, physical guy. I do like the decision. So, again, guys, if you're in Columbia, if you're in the area, even if you're not, if you're coming in the city and you need a spot to watch the game, Overtime Bar and Grill, 5:30 doors, 6 o'clock. I'll go live for the pregame show tomorrow night. And then 7:30 kickoff, Overtime Bar and Grill. It's down the road from the stadium. I'll repost the graphic on social media, but it's literally down the street from Willie B. Also, if you have not checked out the show and you want to hear more of my prediction in full detail, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. It's obviously on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. It's also on YouTube. You can find it everywhere. But yeah, I'm very, very excited, guys. I appreciate your support. And again, leading up to this game day, I appreciate everybody's support, honestly, through the offseason, through this week. We finally get to celebrate the fruit of our labors tomorrow and watch the game and do what we all love to do, which is support the Gamecocks and watch Gamecock football. So, guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Go Cox. Let's beat Tennessee's ass, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks so much.